Man, I always do that. I always mute myself. All right, all right. No big deal. No big deal. Thanks for telling me. Tonight, let me just rephrase all that. You're making me kind of blush a little bit. Tonight we're going over calorie counting apps. Do I like them? Yes. Would I choose one above the rest? Yes. So what I was just saying while I was muted was I checked reviews. I looked at the App Store. What are people doing? What do people like? What have I personally advocated for? And there are 3 apps. Okay. There is the Let's Go, or what is it called? Lose It. Let's Go. Lose It app. There's the MyFitnessPal, the big one. And then I think the most popular one that people probably know is Weight Watchers. So we're going to actually watch a few videos I found on YouTube that I thought were kind of interesting. Gives you a little background of these apps, just in case you're someone who has not used them. And we're going to see what some people say. They're not very long, but we're going to watch these videos, and then I'm going to give my critique on these apps, what I think, what you should use, if you should use one, and then we'll go from there, okay? So hold on, let me make sure I get the... Ooh, nice, look at that. All right, we're going to start with the Weight Watchers, okay? Here we go.
So we're just going to open that. Now, when you first download the app, it's going to ask you for personal
Just bear with the voice, okay?
details. So it's going to ask you for things like your age, your weight, your height, and your
Oh, also this is for the Weight Watchers app.
sex, because what the app wants to do is find out how many points it's going to allocate you on a daily and a weekly basis. So when you eventually log in, this is the screen that you're going to see. So you're going to see how many points you've got in the middle here, and then you've got your weekly points here. Now,
so a big thing with this app is it's not talking about calories. It's talking about points you use for all the meals and food items you choose, okay? So instead of calories, Weight Watcher uses points.
your weekly points can be used for anything, whether you want to use them on a daily basis, or maybe you want to keep them for the weekend if you're going out for dinner, or you might like to have a few cheeky drinks, then you can use your weekly points. And as you use your daily points, they're going to reduce and your daily used is going to increase. So this is just a quick brief overview of what the front page looks like. So you've got your days of the week at the top here. You've got your different breakfast, lunch, dinner and snacks, which you will then go on and log your meals. This is your food tab, and then you've got an activity tab, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail. This front screen here allows you to search the foods. At the very, very bottom, you've got 2 different features. You've got the recipes, which then gives you weekly recipes that are maybe new to the app. You can also
Notice the 0 point foods. We'll get into that.
click into 0 point foods, which has got up to 200 0 point
And just take a look at these, all right?
foods that you can enjoy. You've got your favourite recipes, which you can save yourself. You've got recipes that have been created. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through how to actually search for.
All right, so we're done with that one. Okay, everybody got that? Weight Watcher uses points for the calories that's in the food. So it doesn't actually tell you the calories and all that stuff. Gives you points, makes it very, very simple for you, okay? Let's go to the Lose It app.
And how successful have you been with your weight loss using the app? I've personally used this app, and it has helped me along the way of losing my first 40 pounds. This is why I wanted to review this app on YouTube and show you guys how I use it to best help me along with my weight loss journey.
I hope I do love the app.
As soon as you enter the app, it has a simple and easy to understand layout. Right now, I am on the My Day tab. It has 2 charts. This chart shows your calorie budget and how many calories you may be below or over that budget. Then below has a chart listed out Monday to Friday and quickly gives you an at-a-glance look on how you are doing throughout the week. Now you can click on Nutrients. This shows you a breakdown on what you've ate throughout the day and throughout the week.
This is money right here. Money, Okay, big difference between Weight Watchers and this right here.
So if we take a look back at the above menu, you see about 4 tabs: the My Day, Log, Goals, and Social tab. So let's take a look at how logging works. Here at the top, you'll see it shows your calorie budget, food amount, and any exercise that you may have done that day. It also shows the
We'll talk about the exercise counter too. Just pay attention to the food part.
total net, and if you are under your calories or above the count. It breaks all your meals down in 4 categories: breaks, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Then it has a section for your exercise. You will notice a plus sign at the bottom right hand corner of the app. By clicking that, it will allow you to enter a new item. So let's say we're adding a breakfast item. Let's say eggs. You can
Boom, look at this. Look at the breakdown on this, okay? I know this is like an old video, so I'm sure it's even more up to date. But look at the breakdown on that when you choose your foods. Big difference there too.
You select the amount of eggs and hit save. And that's it. It's been logged. Now let's go to the tab Goals. Here
Okay, we're going to skip through that. There's one extra thing on this too. I think is really, really cool on this app.
That you would attain your goal. And then there's the kind of person that likes to share your goals
Boom, right here.
and help motivate others. I personally like this section because it keeps me motivated.
A socials tab. Love it. I mean, maybe Weight Watchers has that, but I didn't see it. Okay. So, but awesome. Last one, MyFitnessPal.
Video, we'll show you how to log food to your diary using the app. Your app has 4 main logging tools: search, barcode, history, and meal scan. Let's start with search. When you open up MyFitnessPal, you'll see a home page like this. At the bottom of the app, there's a section with several icons, including a plus sign. Ready to log? Tap the plus button, then tap Food, and choose which meal you're logging, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snacks. We'll choose dinner for this example. In the top bar, you can type in the food you want to log, and chances are, we'll have that exact food or something very similar in our database of over 11 million foods. Let's say salmon. Once you hit search, a list of results will appear for you to choose from. If you had 1 fillet of Atlantic salmon, you would click here. Before you're ready to log the food, you'll get a preview of all the nutrients and macros, a useful feature that we'll explore in another video. In this view, you can also edit your serving size and the number of servings for the most accurate results. After that's all done, you can click the check mark in the top right to add it to your diary. And just like that, your meal has been logged. Have more food to add for each meal? Keep adding directly to your diary with the Add Food feature under the meal category. Another great way to identify your foods is with the barcode feature, which you will find in the same place as the search. Check. Next, let's review the history feature. Also see a list of previous. You can toggle this to be most frequent or most recent, but we'll keep it as most frequent for now. This feature is extremely useful because the more you log, the more this list will represent your favorite foods that you can choose from. Last but not least, our newest and most revolutionary logging tool for premium members on iOS is called Meal Scan. On the same page, tap the Scan Meal button. This will open your phone's camera so you can scan the actual food itself, like magic. This one speaks for itself. It's a game changer if you ask us. Now that you've learned a few new...
Wow, I have learned a few new things. Thank you for that. Awesome. All right, so let's get into it. Now, again, I know there's a lot more apps than that, but those are the top rated apps. And those are just some videos that I think gives a good... Out of the 3 apps, which do you prefer and why? All right, well, yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. So that's a hard question, but I will tell you the one I would not choose. And I mean, people are going to be upset. So the one I do not like at all is the Weight Watchers. Does it work? Do all of these work? Absolutely. My main thing when it comes to calorie counting is actually counting the calories and knowing, how do I say this? Like why a certain food choice is bad. Okay. So what Weight Watchers does is they simplify it, which is why I think it's so big. Is like you see points, you choose a food, you see how many points that food choice takes up. And you're like, okay, well, that's 5 points gone. But you have no idea why. And like, they kind of change things around a little bit, like where eggs used to be, and I know this from my sister who tried this, eggs used to be like, I don't know, 4 or 5 points or something, and now they're 0 points. What classifies a food as 0 points? It's not 0 calories. So I don't like Weight Watchers because you don't learn. I think what I want people to do is learn why a good choice is a good choice, why a bad choice is a bad choice, and not be constricted to an app. I mean, that's the thing about Weight Watchers is like, if you leave the app, you lose all knowledge. You don't know what to eat because you don't know what the points are. They change too. So out of all 3 apps, I would not choose Weight Watchers, not because it doesn't work, but because you don't learn. You don't learn about fats, you don't learn about proteins, you don't learn this is a good choice for me, it's a bad choice for me. Okay? Now, I personally thought MyFitnessPal is the best one. But I like the Lose It app too. And the reason I think these two are great choices is because they break down the nutrients in the food. And this is huge. Okay? Because yes, if you just count the calories and you're below your calorie count for the day and you do that consistently, you'll lose weight. Okay, simple. But you're not taking regard of like, I need this much protein, or man, I'm having a lot of fatty foods and the fats in those foods are not healthy fats, right? You just don't get the breakdown on the Weight Watchers. So Lose It app and MyFitnessPal are great because, man, when you click that food, that's 600 calories. Why is it 600 calories? Is it a ton of fat? Is there a ton of protein? Like, you see what I'm saying? You learn. You start learning like what foods are good choices and why. You know, 500 calories of chips is a bad choice, but 500 calories of something else could be a great choice. MyFitnessPal and Lose It does that. Now, I think MyFitnessPal might win because they update their app constantly. They have food from restaurants, and I really like the meal scan. Not because of easy use. I think the meal scan's awesome because it, again, gives you knowledge. So let me break it down like that video, right? I want to see if I can even find it real quick. Is it 2? Yeah. Hold on.
It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or
page.
page. And the actual food is...
Okay. So this is cool, I think. So if you, let's just say you use this app for a while. Okay, you're learning. When you use this feature, it actually starts making you use your brain a little bit. Like, okay, I'm taking a picture of this food, and MyFitnessPal is going to break down what's on my plate and how many calories and what those calories are broken out to be. So what does this do? When you do this for like a prolonged period of time, you use this app and use this meal scan, I think it actually teaches you to read what's on your plate instead of looking it up. So let's say you forget your phone and you've been doing this for a few months. You go to the restaurant. You can look what's on the plate or read what's on the menu and say, oh, I know this is that many calories, or it's around this many calories. I know how much fat's in this because I've eaten it before. I think this is cool. It really teaches you like how to use your like eyes instead of just reading calories. Like you can look at your food and say, okay, I can have an idea of how many calories this is. So yeah. So I think that's super cool, but the Lose It app, for the people who need motivation, that social app is huge to me. Because what if you're talking to like Joanne who lives in Kentucky and you live in Alaska, right? And y'all are both trying to lose 30 pounds and you kind of can discuss what struggles you face and like what are some things that have worked. And so I think the social aspect is really, really cool. Because I think there's not many other differences between the Lose It app and MyFitnessPal. Maybe ease of use, but that social tab is huge to me. I think it's really, really cool. Yeah, I know the music's in the background. I hope it's not too loud. I'll turn it down a little bit. So yeah, out of all 3 of those apps, I know Weight Watchers is incredibly popular. It is proven to work. All of these will work. Anything that counts your calories will work. But my end goal for anybody is to not have to rely on an app for years and years and years. You know, I want you to be able to do like your own thing and learn, okay, like I know eggs are healthy because they have protein, but they also have a lot of fat, right? Which is a lot of calories. If you do whole eggs. So it's stuff like that where the whole 0 point thing for Weight Watchers, that really kind of throws me off, because then I think people who are just oblivious, which is okay, they'll just be like, okay, well, this is 0 point, so it must be really low calories, but eggs aren't. So I don't know why that would be 0 points. I don't like that. I don't think it teaches you anything. And I think, again, Weight Watchers, if you ever watch this, I do love you, but I think you hook people, because if they don't have your your Weight Watcher counter, they're lost in the dust. So don't like that. MyFitnessPal and Lose It app will show you the breakdown of nutrients, and over time you'll start to learn, man, these are fatty foods, these are heavy carb filled foods, this food has a lot of protein. I stress protein so much. I know 90% of the world is not getting enough protein. So besides those bodybuilders like you, Alex, out there that just eat chicken all day. So yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really, like I said, I don't know many other apps that are very popular. These are the top 3, and I really, really would stress choosing either Lose It or MyFitnessPal. And that scan the meal function, I know that sounds lame. I know they probably made it for like ease of use, but I think it's so cool. You can take a picture, it'll break it down, and it kind of teaches you how to look at food and diagnose, man, how many calories am I about to eat? What is this filled with? So that's what I would do. I would choose one of those 2, and that way you're not stuck on those apps forever. I don't think you should be glued to an app. I don't know. I think these apps are great to get started, learn, use for a few months, maybe a couple years, but you really need to learn how to like count your own calories. You need to learn to be able to make healthy choices on your own and not be glued to this. So yeah, man, Alex, I appreciate the questions, man. I appreciate the questions. That's really, really nice. Any other questions? I think Weight Watchers cost money though too, and it is cool to give you recipes and stuff, but because I haven't paid for it, I don't know how they give you like the breakdown of the recipe. Like do they tell you like this is fatty, you know, dressing has this much fat, or do they just tell you the points and tell you the ingredients? I don't know. I just don't like that. I think it makes it really easy for the consumer, and you learn nothing and you're hooked on it for years. But they all work. Oh, also I was saying, you probably noticed too in the video, in the camera, like I have to position it like super close, so I feel kind of awkward because it's like a foot from my face. But if you look at the sweatshirt, I'm holding it by a dumbbell. I need to get a curtain. I know it looks bad. Any questions over this? Were you able to understand everything? Yes. I think if you're brand new to fitness, it's a good question. I think if you're brand new to fitness and you've never, especially if you don't work out at all too, I mean, I would never rush using these apps. Like I wouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to use it for a month and be done. But I think a year is a good amount of time to really utilize these apps and then really kind of fill your brain up with knowledge of what foods are good and bad. I think if you go over a year or so, that's quite a long time relying on an app to do the work for you. I think after at least, 6 months, you should be able to, if you're working with me, okay, at Zingler Fitness, hello, Zingler Strength and Conditioning, let's go. If you're working with me, I would push to get off these apps within 6 months. You should be able to do it yourself. I don't want you to ever be glued to your phone when you go out to dinner, you know? Like, hold on, I gotta... Yeah, no. So yeah, 6 months, a year, be done with it. Learn what's right and what's wrong. Always. But all good questions. Thanks for asking, Alex. Appreciate that. If there's no more questions. Oh, no. Cheat days. That's a good That's great, actually. Weight Watchers promotes cheat days with these, hold on. I'm glad you asked that. Yeah, cool. So with, hold on. These weekly remaining. These are like cheat points. So when I used to actually train somebody that used this, they would save their points for alcohol. Okay, yeah, we'll answer all of them. They would use these points for like alcohol on the weekends. And I'm not saying alcohol is bad, but like if Weight Watchers is giving you extra points for cheating, like enjoying a meal with your family, and you use it for alcohol, it's like, how's that beneficial to your health? Sure, you might still lose weight, but man, like, I don't like that. So yeah, they actually give you cheat points here. Like if you run over your points here, you can use some of these during the week. Which I think it's good. Yeah, I think you should enjoy food. You know, like if you've been really good and consistent for a few days, few weeks, few months, whatever, wherever you're, you know, if you need to lose 100 pounds, like maybe don't have a cheat day the first week. But, you know, if you want that popcorn with your husband while you're watching a movie, like, yeah, like enjoy that, you know? Don't diss Weight Watchers. Listen, I'm not dissing Weight Watchers. I don't think you learn anything. I think you're glued to it. And once you leave it, you have no idea what to do. I mean, can you not attest to that? Can you not attest that if you drop out of the app, do you have any clue of what foods to eat? And if you've gone over? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, that's a no. Go ahead, Alex. Ask me another one. Ask me another good one. Oh, hold on. Before we move on. These cheats, like I said, sure, when you use them, they work, you'll still lose weight. But I think it's really, I think it's just really odd that, like, this app would promote, like, okay, here's cheat. If you want to just drink a ton of margaritas, as long as they're up in these points, you're good. I just don't, that's not healthy, you know? 8 margaritas to use up your points. Nah, I'm not with that. Great app, it works. If you ever want to sponsor me, Weight Watchers, hey, what's up? We'll change some things.
First thing.
Oh, gosh. Graham cracker light. Okay. Yes. So my sister used to make that, dude, that's right. We need to start making more of those. I don't know why I'm pointing, the chat's over here, so I'm pointing at the chat. You can look in the mirror. Right? What was in those? It was like low calorie graham cracker with like light Cool Whip, and they're like what, 80 calories? Those things were good, man. Do you think these apps can be confusing to new people trying to eat healthier? I don't think the Lose It app and MyFitnessPal would, because like I think it puts in bold too, like the breakdown of foods. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, like, hopefully it won't change this when I go here. Like, yo, like, if this thing's telling you you got like 70% fat, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, these foods are bad. So yeah, I think it wouldn't be confused. I don't think Lose It and MyFitnessPal would be confusing to people. You know, like it's telling you your percentage of what each thing is, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows like I shouldn't have a ton of fat. I just don't think Weight Watchers does that. So I don't think they're confusing. I think the only thing that would be confusing is people don't know what the ratio needs to be. And we've gone over that in like past live streams. 1 gram of protein per body weight. Okay? You do that first. And then I would suggest having more carbs than fat. Like a 60-40 ratio of what's left. Or something. Well, yeah, just... That's another story. But yes, I don't think this would be confusing. I think Weight Watchers is just
The food
like, yo, like tell me, like when you look at that, what does that even mean? 23 daily remaining. 23 what? Like calories, and how do you count it? 0 point foods? What are those? And I do see here, like, yeah, like it does break it down. I saw that, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't find the 0 point foods. It was like anchovies or something, right? I mean, it's got this, sure. Fruits and veggies, 0 points. But like, can you tell me why? Hold on, Lola wants to go inside. Can y'all just, one sec, hold on. I get that, but what's the, why does it say it's 0? There are a balance between eating healthy and eating. Oh, yeah. Okay, dude, I'm glad you're asking these questions because I forgot some of these things. So, I think in all of these apps, I'm pretty sure you can add your exercise. And not a big fan of that. What's up, girl? God, stop, go away. I think you can add your exercise, and the reason I don't like that is because I do not think people know how to rate the scale from 1 to 10 on how hard their workout was, you know? So if you always put like, man, my workout was an 8, yo, this app's gonna tell you like, you got like 400 more calories to spare now because you burnt 400. Don't like that. I don't advocate putting exercise in there. I would just count your calories and don't say like I ran 6 miles, I went as hard as I could, I've got 500 extra calories now. No. Why does my face look so red? Just so handsome. I'm kidding. What is your top 4 snack foods? Celery. No, I'm kidding. I like pop chips a lot because I like the crunch. Pop chips are low in calorie, but man, you can eat a ton of those. So pop chips I think have like 4 grams of fat and they're only like 20 grams of carbs. Man, I'm good. That's how I do it. I've memorized kind of these things. So having like 15 pop chips isn't that bad. I think a serving size is almost 20. So pop chips is one. Snacks. Oh, dude, the yogurts I put on that YouTube video. Those 80 calorie Greek yogurts. 12 grams of protein, 8 grams of sugars. Go. Those are awesome. Yo, the question is it real chocolate, Alex? Or is it like that fake Hershey stuff, man? Knowing you, you're probably sipping on a Dr. Pepper as well. Another snack. So, okay, pop chips, Greek yogurt. A third. I just don't really snack that often. I gotta think about that one for a minute. Obviously, I think if you're gonna snack, shoot for the veggies, you know, and get like a super low calorie, like dressing. Like, don't get ranch, get like the yogurt ranch dressing. It's like 4 or 5 grams of fat for like a little portion, and dip your carrots in that. Tastes pretty good. Reese's peanut butter cups. Listen, dude. You're like 100 pounds, so you're good. Another big thing about these apps too. Oh yes, I do love cottage cheese. Don't tell people that. People think I'm weird. People think I'm real weird. I eat like a cup a day of cottage cheese. is the serving portions. I don't think people know what a serving size looks like, you know? And these apps, I don't think teach you that. If these apps could come up with like a picture or like show you a diagram, like a serving size of like chickens, like your fist, and a cup of, or a tablespoon of peanut butter is like your thumb. If they could like put that in the app, well, I shouldn't say this. They might do it. I won't get any money for that. You're not. I'm just kidding. But if they were to put like those diagrams so people understood like what the serving size was for each thing, because I guarantee you a bunch of people will, you know, like I've gone to certain food places where a fillet of salmon's like this big, and then the next restaurant it's like this big. There's no way those are the same calorie count, you know? So I'm saying you're small, Alex, compared to me, right? I'm taller than you. Good questions. Anyways, if anybody can tell me why Weight Watchers has 0 points. If I ate, I mean, think about it. If apples are 0 points, and I guarantee you what they do is they make them 0 points until you eat a certain amount. I bet you when you hit like 5 eggs in a day, it'll start counting points. I guarantee. There's no way, because if I ate 20 apples, you're telling me that's like 0 calories? A lot of apples, but also a ton of sugar. Homemade smoothies are always going to be better than buying them at the restaurant, or not restaurant. Buying them at a Smoothie King or any of those other places that are great. But smoothies at home are good. Just watch the amount of fruit you put in. I would not buy them. There's so many fillers and stuff and so much added sugar, I feel like, in the smoothies at Smoothie King, whatever else. Even if they're like considered healthier, I just make them at home. Don't buy them. Buy them. Unless you're trying to gain weight, then yeah, buy them. That makes sense? But yeah, portion sizes. I don't know why that's not on any of these apps. And another thing too, when I was watching, the Lose It app's really cool because, let me switch this. It will like show you your progress, and you can change it, I think, from like day to week to month, and it'll show you like, yo, you're gaining, my friend, or like you're on track to lose. I think that's cool. It helps you learn how to plan. You know, some people like won't like test themselves until the end of the month and we haven't lost any weight. They're like, what happened? You know, always be engaged in your weight loss and see if something's working or if it's not, you know. Anything else? Good. I'm glad I explained all that thoroughly for you. Is there anything else that we should talk about on these apps? No. So, ultimate choice. I'm probably going to Lose It for the social. The MyFitnessPal, Weight Watchers, get out. Get out of here. Get out of here. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Unless you have any more questions, we are going to... Oh, here we go. Yo, if you're eating a Five Guys burger, bro, that's like a week worth of... You know what? On the Weight Watchers, they probably say it's 0. That's probably 0 points. But on MyFitnessPal, it'll probably tell you, yo, you can't eat food for a week. Because I know you got that double fries. But as I was saying too, like, thank you guys for being here tonight. I really do appreciate it. Questions are great. Makes us a lot easier when I know what questions you have. And then if y'all could leave a like or a comment or both. Helps me out. If you're watching this at a later time, love you guys. Same thing goes to y'all. Leave a question in the comments if you have one. Other than that, we should be solid. I kind of feel bad for talking so much ish about Weight Watchers. I just don't like it. From a learning standpoint, sorry. Yikes. Love you guys. Unless there's any more questions, I'm going to give it literally 1 more minute. Ooh. Salute, sir. Love y'all. Hopefully you learned something. That's how I feel. If you feel different, no problem. That's what I would do. I am out of here. Y'all have a great night. Make sure to tune in on Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Got something good for y'all on that one too. So, have a good night. Don't eat chips and pizza. I love y'all.